WNBA and players condemn racist abuse as Caitlin Clark's Fever lose in playoffs. Indiana Fever's defeat to the Connecticut Sun in the WNBA playoffs was mired as representatives from both teams, as well as the league, stepped in to condemn racist abuse around the game. Fever star Caitlin Clark has become one of the most high-profile sports stars in the United States during her rookie season. That has led to a significant amount of racist, sexist, and homophobic comments online from people purporting to defend Clark, who is white, in a league where the majority of players are black and many are gay. During Wednesday's game, which Connecticut won 87-81 in their home arena to seal a 2-0 series victory, there were reports of racist abuse from some in the crowd. Some of the Suns players have also been the subject of abuse online. Clark was left with a black eye in Game 1 of the series after a foul by Dejanay Carrington. Both players say the injury was unintentional. Before Wednesday's game, Carrington shared on social media an email she received which called her a racist slur before the sender said they hope someone rapes you and cuts your head off. After the game, Sun forward Alyssa Thomas said the racist abuse around the series was the worst she had experienced in her 11-year career. "It's unacceptable, honestly," Thomas said. "There's no place for it. We've been professional throughout the whole entire thing. But I've never been called the things that I've been called on social media. Basketball is headed in a great direction, but we don't want fans that are going to degrade us and call us racial names. I mean, we already see what's happening in the world and what we have to deal with in that aspect. And we come to play basketball for our job, and it's fun, but we don't want to go to work every day and have social media blown up over things like that. It's uncalled for. Something needs to be done, whether it's them checking their fans or this league checking. There's no time for it anymore." Indiana Fever coach Christy Sides also condemned the abuse. "It's a lot of hurtful, hateful speech out there that's happening, and it's unacceptable. When it gets personal to me, there's no reason for it," she said. "These guys have to listen and watch. Social media is their life. That's just what they do. And they have to read and see these things constantly, and just all the stories that are made up of what people see or think they see. It is just not acceptable when it gets personal." The WNBA released a statement after the comments from Sides and Thomas. "The WNBA is a competitive league with some of the most elite athletes in the world," it said. "While we welcome a growing fan base, the WNBA will not tolerate racist, derogatory, or threatening comments made about players, teams, and anyone affiliated with the league. League security is actively monitoring threat-related activity and will work directly with teams and arenas to take appropriate measures, to include involving law enforcement as necessary." In June, Clark condemned those who use her name to abuse other players. "People should not be using my name to push those agendas. It's disappointing. It's not acceptable," Clark said. "Treating every single woman in this league with the same amount of respect, I think. It's just a basic human thing that everybody should do." During Wednesday's game, Clark argued with a fan seated in the second row, who was briefly removed by security before being allowed to return. It is unclear what was said during the confrontation.